Up and went to bed. And as soon as I went to lay my head on the bed, on the pillow, I heard shots. Yes, I heard shots, and this kid's name came to my mind because I knew he was involved in this activity. And lo and behold, he was shot right in front of my gate, right in front of my building. He was blessed to survive.
Oh, he survived.
He survived. He was blessed to survive, but he didn't change his ways, though. Okay, he wanted to be. I had known him since a little kid, and I had talked to him about trying to do something different. Okay, you know, well, he was young enough to come out and fly with us.
Really?
But yeah, but he didn't. He wouldn't do that. His parents didn't bring him. You know. And I'm not allowed to just bring kids, because that brings in a lot of other things, this day and age. So, so he never did come for that. And he told me as a young man, young kid, he wanted to work in the pet store. So I told him, go down to the Hyde Park and ask them they have a pet store. And Harper's Court at that time, it's gone now. And tell him you want to be working in the pet shop, which I knew he was too young at that time. But he didn't do that. Later on, I tried to introduce him to the apprenticeship programs. The trade unions have apprenticeship programs where they take you in and give you some free schooling, and then they'll put you with a contractor, employer in certain areas. Okay, so I tried to get him to go to be a plumber.
Really? Well, they make some good money.
Oh, they make very good money, but he said he didn't want to fool with that SHIT.
Really?
Yes. He was actually standing in front of the building with one of his cohorts. And I called him over. Because I could see he was deep into it then. And I told him, you never did check on the plumbing program. And he said, no, I don't want to do that. so that was some of the bias I experienced there with that. That sticks out in my mind.
So before your previous home in Woodline neighborhood, like what was that like? Your previous home before you moved here?
Before I moved in Woodline? Okay, remember I had been at 70th and Harper. Okay, when my kid got to be about 5 years old. Now he wasn't quite 5, 4. We had this one-bedroom apartment. So now he was growing up. My oldest son was growing up. So I moved into they call it the South Shore Garden area. Okay, that's 9000 South, about Phillips. That's where I moved there. So it was a single-family home, all homes. So it's a different surrounding. Plus, the neighborhood was turning over too. I think I was about the next to the last black person to move in there. Only one other white family. Well, it was 2 white families still on the block when I moved on the block. Okay, so it was pretty. By it all being single-family homes, it's a different mindset for people. Okay, because you got your own home, you're gonna try to take care of it.
Right.
When you're in an apartment building, it's a different story. You're looking for the janitor to do everything. You see, you don't buy into. A lot of tenants don't buy into taking care of the property and the surrounding area. But if you're paying your money for a house, then you buying into something. You want that investment to be taken good care of.
Exactly.
So you will take that. Most people will take care of their homes. So it's a different environment.
Right. So at your house, who takes care of your home? I said, so at your house, who takes care of your home?
What, in my house?
Yeah.
At that time?
No, like where you live now.
Oh, where I live now? Well, actually now, I stay in a one-bedroom now. Actually, I'm not staying around here right now. I moved away from it for about a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Domestic problems, but anyway.
So
So
you still married? You are?
You could say that we get divorced.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. So we separate. I'm separated.
Okay. So speaking of your children, What was your childhood like?
What was my childhood like?
Yeah,
My childhood was great.
it was great. Can we hear about it?
Huh?
Can we hear about it?
Oh, certainly. I graduated from DuSable High School.
Really?
Yeah, January 1961.
I like you remember the dates. You remember the dates.
Yeah, you got to remember your graduation.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I went to DuSable High School. Had a great time there. You know, I think I started off in gym my first year, then I wound up in the ROTC for 3 years.
I want to start ROTC.
Huh?
I want to go there.
What?
ROTC?
You want to get an RO?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's holding you?
A little scared.
You scared?
A little bit, tad bit, but
What?
I'm dedicated to going.
Are you guys going? Well, actually, I more or less went in on a dare.
Really?
Because my friends were saying that the gym guys couldn't handle it, and the exercising with the rifle and all that.
Really?
That's what they told me, you know. So I said, what happened, my gym stuff got stolen. So I said, the heck with it. I told my mother, you ain't buying, don't buy me no more stuff. And I'll go in the ROTC where we pay a $3 fee and I get a nice warm uniform to wear. Once a week, you know, for inspection. So that's how I wound up in there. And then to prove them that I could do it too. And I did pretty well, even though I really wasn't that interested in it. I had thought about I was going to go. Actually, they had a certain group, I don't know what you call it now, they had an accelerated group, so-called smart kids, okay? And by me taking all the mathematics, I wound up in some of the classes with them. And some of those guys some of the guys and girls that became my best friends and stuff. So, and we were hanging out in the counsel's office and stuff. That's what they would do, and so forth. But I had made up my mind I was going to go to the Army. I say this to say that after we took the PSAT or whatever they call it, some test. Matter of fact, we came to Hyde Park to take the test on a Saturday. It's like you guys do the ACT test now and all that stuff. Well, this is a test, college test we took. And when the results came back, I had outscored everybody on the darn thing for DuSable for that for that whole last year. And the counselor was looking for me. She didn't know. She called me the mystery man because I was hanging out with some of these other people, and she wanted to know who was Moses Jones, and had some of the kids looking for me. Told me that she was looking for me. I said, I ain't done nothing. I ain't going down there. So finally, I went into her office, and I said her name was Miss Bogan. Matter of fact, I think her uncle. Bogan High School is named after her uncle.
Oh, okay.
And I went in there and I said, you looking for Moses Jones, Miss Bogan? She said, yes. Do you know him? I said, yes, that's me. She said, no, you the mystery man. That's what she always called me. So anyway, she wanted to know what I was going to do because she hadn't paid me any attention as far as trying to get me in college and stuff like that. And I didn't have any sense about trying to get in college anyway. I was going to the Army. But when I told her that, she said, you're not going to the Army. I said, I'm not going to the Army. So she wanted to send me to Wilson Junior College, which you never heard of.
No, I ain't never heard of that.
You heard of Kennedy King, though.
Yeah, Kenny King.
Well, that was the name of it before.
No wonder.
Okay, so you wouldn't know. So she was going to send me there. I said, no, I can't go there because that's just extended high school. You know how you young people always put stigma on certain things? Okay, so you can't go there. So she said, I'm going to send you to the west side, Crane Junior College.
I went to Crane.
Crane Junior College.
The junior college.
It was at Crane. You never heard of that either.
No, I heard of high school.
You've heard of Malcolm X, though.
That's what it used to be?
It started off in Crane Junior College. Malcolm X did.
Wow,
and it was really a dump. And the instructors was telling me, one day you guys are going to be proud you went here. You went to Crane Junior College. He said, I said, sure. He said, they're going to build a brand new college by the expressway. I said, yeah, sure. And sure enough, they did. So So that's how I got turned away from the Army. Plus, I would have been in Vietnam also. Vietnam. That was the Vietnam War. They were advising when I first came out of high school. They were just sent over to advise, but after a while, it really got hot over there. They were sending a lot of guys there, okay, to Vietnam. And I had been around other people so long, and I worked at the main post office also right out of high school. I had a job back in those days. Jobs was very plentiful. A young person could work at the post office, the libraries, or there was a company called Railway Express. You know, there was a lot of different jobs that was available. And some of the guys went to the steel mill. You know, the steel mills there.
What was the steel mill?
The steel mills over east, southeast. You know where they're talking about? What are they doing over there? You know they just opened up that new extension on the Lakeshore Drive. Did you hear about that? You might not have paid any attention to it, but it's an extension of the Outer Drive that leads you over to Indiana. That's what the steel mills over there. It's around 100 in commercial, 100 over east there. That's where the steel mills were in that area. It's a lot of big, and then they're going to develop that now. Yeah, they're developing that. You may want to look into that.
Yeah.
You may want to look into that. They're developing that now. Okay, just like they did down at 31st Street Beach. Well, it used to be 31st Street Beach. Now they got a harbor there.